Let's look at Chapter 8, Lesson 10 review. Write the rule for the table, then write the missing numbers. So for the first one I have 4 goes to 12, 7 goes to 21, and 1 goes to 3. I can see that they're not just adding a certain number, they're actually increasing though, and they're multiplying by a certain number. And I know that 4 times 3 equals 12, 7 times 3 equals 21, and 1 times 3 equals 3. So my rule is going to be to multiply by 3. So 6 times 3 equals 18, and 10 times 3 equals 30. Number 2, I have 3 goes to 9, 5 goes to 11, and 9 goes to 15. Again, it's increasing, so I'm going to be adding or multiplying, but it's not increasing by a certain pattern with multiplication. I have 3 times 3 equals 9, but 5 times 3 doesn't equal 11. So I'm going to try to add. 3 plus 6 equals 9, 5 plus 6 equals 11, and 9 plus 6 equals 15. So this one we're going to be adding 6. 2 plus 6 equals 8, and 11 plus 6 equals 17. Let's look at number 3. This time I'm decreasing, so I'm either dividing or subtracting. And I can tell from 13 to 7 I'm not dividing by a certain number because 7 doesn't go into 13 evenly. So I'm going to be subtracting. 13 minus 6 equals 7, 11 minus 6 equals 5, and 7 minus 6 equals 1. 9 minus 6 equals 3, and 12 minus 6 equals 6. So my rule is to subtract 6. Number 4, I'm going from 20 to 10, 12 to 6, and 14 to 7. I can see that I'm going down, so I'm either subtracting or dividing, and I can tell that 20 minus 10 would be 10. 12 minus 10, though, would not be 6, it would be 2. So let's try dividing. 20 divided by 2 equals 10, 12 divided by 2 equals 6, 14 divided by 2 equals 7. So my rule is dividing by 2. 16 divided by 2 equals 8, and 2 divided by 2 equals 1. Write the letters of the figures that are examples of the quadrilaterals named. So for number 5, I'm looking for squares. Remember, squares have the same sides, and they also have right triangles, or right angles for each angle. So this has the right angles, but the sides are not the same. This has the angles, and all of the sides are equal lengths. So letter B would be 1. Letter C doesn't have the right angles, so it is not 1. Letter D does have the right angles, and it has congruent sides, so letter D would also be 1. For rectangles, I know for rectangles that I just need to have 4 right angles. So letter A has 4 right angles. Letter B has 4 right angles. Letter C has 4 right angles. Letter D does not. It has obtuse and acute angles. Number 7. What name describes all of the figures in problems 5 and 6? I know that it's quadrilateral because they all have 4 sides, but I can go a little bit deeper and I know that it's going to be a parallelogram because each shape has 2 pairs that are parallel to each other. Parallel means that they're not going to run into one another.